So, good afternoon, everyone. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think creatively. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. So, with that quote, on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and IST chapters of Panimal Institute of Technology, I welcome you all for the valedictory function of the induction program on value-based education system on current and future scenario. Today, we have with us a special guest, Dr. Pratap Singh Kakasaheb Desai Sir, President of Indian Society for Technical Education, New Delhi. The chief guest, Dr. V.K. Karthika, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Our respected principal, ma'am, Dr. T. Jayanti, ma'am, and our beloved head of the department, Dr. N. Nityanandan, to grace the occasion. Now I request Dr. R. Murugan, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Panimal Institute of Technology, the coordinator of this program, to read the report of the induction program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amos. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank AICT and ISTE for sponsoring this induction program. I thank our college management, our secretary sir and director sir for their fullest support in organizing this induction program on value-based education system, current and future scenario. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Colonel B. Vengat, Director, Faculty Development Cell, AICT, New Delhi, and Professor Vijay Vaidya, Executive Secretary, IST, New Delhi, for being the special guest for the inaugural function, even their busy schedule. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor A. Sankara Subramanian, Chairman, ISTE, Tamil Nadu, for being as the chief guest for the inaugural function. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Pratap Singh Kakasaheb Desai, President, Indian Society for Technical Education, New Delhi, for being the special guest for this valedictory function. I thank our principal, ma'am, Dr. T. Jayanti, for the moral support for organizing the program. I thank our beloved head of the department, Dr. N. Nityanandan, for his continuous support in executing this program. I thank all these resource persons for readily accepting our invitation and delivering the special talk at a very short notice. I'll read out their names because I have a very short time. So on first day, the 13th December, we had Dr. A. Sankara Subramanian, Chairman, ISTE Tamil Nadu section, followed by Dr. A. Arogya Rajan, Professor from IIT Madras. Then we had Dr. P. Malliha, Professor from NITTR Taramani, Chennai. Then on second day, 14th December, we had retired IIT Professor Dr. L.S. Ganesh, and second session handled by Dr. Shegarappa B. Mallur, University BDT College of Engineering, Professor and Chairman, he is there, Karnataka. And in the third session of the second day, we have Dr. Pugulendi of our Panimal Engineering College Professor. Then third day, 15th December, first session we had Dr. V.D. Swaminathan, retired IIT Professor. And the second session with Dr. Vinata Sai, Assistant Professor, Amrita University. And the third session on that day, we had Dr. K. Ganesan, Executive Council Member, ISTU. And fourth day, 16th December, first session will be handled by Dr. K. Batmanabhan, Professor, VIT Vellore. And second session handled by Dr. R. Vimal Singh, Associate Professor, SSN College of Engineering, Chennai. And the same day, third session will be handled by Dr. K. Jebal, Associate Professor, IIITTM, Kanchipuram. And fifth day, 17th December, we had first session Dr. K.S. Badrinathan, Dean Educational Development of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. And the second session handled by Dr. V. Jayakumar, Professor and Chairperson of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Amrita University. Then third session, we had Dr. C. Sheba Joyce, Dean Savita Teaching and Learning Center, from Savitha Engineering College, Chennai. Then today, in the first session, we had Dr. G. Selvam, Deputy General Manager from Mahindra and Mahindra Industries. And the second session handled by Dr. Amuda Charusila, Professor from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. And the third session handled by Dr. V.K. Karthika ma'am with us as a chief guest. So V.K. Karthika ma'am from a National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. I thank all the resource persons for delivering lectures on this wonderful program. We have, regarding the participants, actually we have got overwhelming response from the various part of our country. We received totally around 250 registration, and as per the guidelines we have shortlisted to only 100 participants for attending this program. I thank all the participants who have attended, without whom this workshop would not be a success. So I thank my co-coordinators in making this workshop a memorable one. I thank all my department colleagues for the support and suggestions gave. I thank each and every one for their extended support and cooperation in making this workshop grand success. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request a few of our participants to unmute themselves and give their feedback about this induction program. Participants, if you could unmute yourself and you can give us an overall feedback about this program, it will be very helpful for us.
Yes, sir. So, myself, Dr. Buttukumar from Savitha Engineering College, Chennai, professor. So, first of all, my sincere thanks to the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Panimular Institute of Technology, HOD sir and coordinator Murugan sir for providing the opportunity to us in participating this very important and useful FTP refresher program on this particular course. So all the speakers are given very informative and very useful knowledge to us. We got some new teaching methodologies, how we can engage our 21st century students, millennial students, right? Because all the students are born after 2000, so they have all the technologies, right? So we have faced a lot of issues in online and offline teaching. Both are mixing. We are doing hybrid level of teaching nowadays. So this FTP program is very much useful to all the faculty members for updating their knowledge, and the tools used for taking online courses and recording the videos, all those things. And also the speakers provided all the inputs, whatever they possible, and also they responded the feedback questions as well. So once again, my sincere thanks to the coordinator and the team of Panimalar Institute for providing this opportunity. Finally, my sincere thanks to the AICTE and ISTE for sponsoring this workshop or refresher course. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir. Any other feedback? There are a lot of feedback.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Dr. Kiran Jyoti. I am Associate Professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana, Punjab. I want to thank the organizers, AICT and IST, to allow me to attend this type of course, value-based education system, current and future scenario. If I go for the sessions and to the speakers and content of the course, I think content of the course, all the topics of the course, they all justify the title of this particular refreshment program. And especially I was just listening very interesting way the Dr. Karthika was giving her lecture, and when she was explaining her experiences with us, and I was feeling as if all this happen to every teacher when he or she teaches to the students. And I agree with Dr. Karthika that if every teacher will start giving their inputs, they will start teaching the student as if they are teaching their own kids. So I think this education system can be improved very well. कहते हैं बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. So if all the parents, teachers, students, we all as a whole will do the efforts, and we can really provide the value-based education to the system. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other feedback by dear participants? Sendil Kumar sir, can you mute yourself, sir? Sendil Kumar M sir. Revati ma'am, would you like to give a feedback about the program, ma'am? Any other participants?
நீ சாட்டர்டேங்கிறதுனால வரல. எப்படி டெய்லி வராங்க? எங்க இருக்க நீ இப்போ? என்ன பண்ணிருக்க? இங்க இருக்கேன்.
Yeah. So thank you, dear participants. Sir, Murugan sir?
Yes, we can proceed.
Yeah, we can proceed. Okay, sir. Now I request our special guest, Dr. Pratap Singh Kaka Sahib Desai sir, to give us he is the president of IST New Delhi, to address the gathering for us. Over to you, sir.
Yes, so all dignitaries present over here, my colleagues in the faculty, ladies and gentlemen, let me make use of this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting me over here on this occasion and providing me an opportunity to interact with you all. I usually love to talk to the teachers, interact with the teachers. Being a teacher, I feel I usually love to talk to the teachers as well as the students. So thank you very much for providing me this opportunity to be with you, and that too very beautiful function. I was just listening the feedbacks given by few participants. I think it was all extempore, and that talks about the success of this program. So whenever we scrutinize the proposals for award of such programs, we get around 7,000-8,000 applications, and we just have to shortlist some 250 to 300. It's a toughest job for the scrutiny committee, and that committee consists of few people from AICT and few from IST, but all of them are experts. But what we tell them, the two important criteria that we looked into. Number one is the reputation of the institution, not only the reputation, but its ability, its capacity to make justice with the topic chosen. So when it came to this institution, Panivala Institute of Technology, there was no second thought, because this institution has been selected, to my knowledge, in the first list. So we were very sure, both the people from IST as well as the AICT, that is, this is the institution that can do justice to the topic and take the message very well to the participants. Secondly, the topic. So topic chosen is again very important: value-based education system. Because value-based entire thing in India, our culture, it talks about the values and ethics and morals. And some way or the other, I don't know, because we were the legions in the education and everything. So we talk about the Nalanda, we talk about the Takshashila, we talk about the Ratnagiri, we talk about the Sushrut Sen Gupta, the person 2,600-700 years back who conducted the first cataract surgery, first brain surgery, the world's first surgeon, who who must be treated as a guru in the medicine. So we have a heritage of Susro Sen Gupta. We have a heritage legacy of R.A. Chanakya. He just not because of his political contribution to this that at that time Hindustan Kingdom, but his contribution into science and technology. For the first time in the history of the world, he talked about the metal extraction procedures. He talked about the metallurgy. The first time in the history of the world, the Director General of Mining, that post was incepted in the system in Chandragupta Maurya's period by R.A. Chanakya. So we have that legacy. We have a legacy of Aryabhatta. The person, though he was not a mathematician, but he gifted a magical figure of 0 to the world's mathematics. He was an astrophysicist and he postulated the diameter of Earth to be so many kilometers, that 12,700 plus kilometers in his units at that time. And recently NASA has confirmed it. Everything was being done. We were leaders in the technology. Entire world was looking towards India as a hub of the knowledge. I think somehow we missed it. It continued till Mughals. But coming to the value education, I remember one instance, and I'm trying to correlate with that. When Britishers came to this country in 1832, in the month of February, they sent Lord Macaulay to this country. He was here for 2 years. He moved across the country, and when he went back on 23rd of June 1834, while addressing the British Parliament, he told, "I have traveled this country across its length and breadth. I have visited many places. I have seen no beggar, no thief in this country. Such a high moral and spiritual values these people are having, it's almost impossible to conquer this country unless," and that unless was very important, "unless we break its Lord Macaulay in the British Parliament." And then British Parliament assigned the job to Lord Macaulay to frame a new education policy for India. He worked on it for almost 7-8 years, and 1843, the new education policy, the British education policy, was imposed on this country. And that education policy took us away from everything. And we lost our connect with the moral-based, value-based education system there. So it took almost 200-300 years for us now. And now we are totally, yes, we are definitely making few changes. We are aware of this. But bridge at the time, collapse of a bridge at the time of the inauguration, collapse of the buildings, cheating the country for thousands of crore rupees and going out of the country. And number of examples are here. This is all totally a result of the education without values. Mahatma Gandhi has written one book, that's a 7 social sins. It's a sub-samajik aparadh. What are those 7 social sins? He talks about politics without principle. If you do politics without principle, it's a social sin. And today we are observing these sins everywhere, every nook and corner of this country. So future we just can't predict. So when doing politics without principle is social sin, business without ethics is a social sin. Religion without conscience is a social sin. Wealth without work is a social sin. Pleasure without consensus is a social sin. Knowledge without character, the very important thing. Knowledge without character. Sacrifice, what we call religion without sacrifice. Religion without sacrifice is a social sin, and technology without humanity is a social sin. So there are 2 important things just talking. All this is all social sins. One is knowledge without character. In short, in Hindi it said that charitra ke bina shiksha ka lena ek samajik aparadh hai. If you don't have a character, And if you take education, it's a socialism. Baba Sahib Ambedkar furthermore has said that characterless educated person is more dangerous than beast. And we are observing it. See, the classical examples we have. Vijay Mallya. Is he illiterate? Nirav Modi. Is he unpad? Lalit Modi. And number of examples I will give you. All of them are well educated. But they have cheated this country for thousands of crore rupees and left this country. This is a result of characterless educated person. Characterless. And what we are teaching to students. I think it was before pandemic. I was taken to one of the districts in UP. I think it was Amethi or something. I don't remember exactly. And after the program, one of the local guy, he was my friend. He took me to his village and he made me visit his school, which was supposed to be the best school in that area. So I went to visited that school. It was a primary school, government school, primary, good school. And the walls were painted, all slogans and everything was excellent. I just looked at one, this thing, ABCD, it was written, G for gentleman. And picture was a person holding a handle of a car, wearing some three-piece, that is suit, and he was standing and he is a gentleman. I didn't speak anything at that time. Then when I came out, I called the principal. Sir, I am saying this is a total rural area. And now this picture, what that picture talks about. The person who is wearing pant and suit and all and coming in the car, maybe a contractor of PWD who is loading the system for lakhs of rupees, maybe some officer, some corrupt person. These people, why don't they may have an impression that they are gentlemen. My father, who is working in the fields for almost 18 hours, do not have sufficient clothes to wear and still contributing to the development of the nation, is he not a gentleman? So while doing, because these are the small things, they make impact. They make impact on the child's mind. So this is where we have to sow the seeds. Hey, in Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, you might have seen in Maharashtra, there was a slogan. It's in Marathi, that is Adani Bap Gharala Tap, meaning illiterate father is nuisance to the family. It was, I think, way back I read it, and once I was thinking on it, how an illiterate father become nuisance to the country. What illiterate father do? Illiterate father may work in the fields for almost 15, 16, 17 hours. Maybe few of them taking something in the evening. I'm not advocating alcoholism here, but yes, it's a practice. It's a practice. And maybe 10% of them making some problem in the house. Yes, there may be some problem to that family, but not to the mohalla, not to the village, and not to the nation. But the nuisance created by these educated people, like Vijay Mallya, like Nirav Modi, like Lalit Modi, it's far clear. We have to talk about that. Instead, because these are very small things, they create an impression on the students. So when we talk about the values, unless values and ethics and morals, you will be literate. You can be literate without that, but you cannot be educated. To be an educated person, to be a good citizen of the nation, I think it's a necessity that all these things, because everyone feels that yes, values are to be there, ethics are to be there, morals are to be there, but excluding myself. I don't cheat money, make money till the time I get opportunity. I don't get opportunity, therefore I'm corruption. I'm free from corruption. But when I get an opportunity, I do the same thing. If at all we want to change it, we have to start from the roots. We have to start from the education system, and we are project ourselves. We have to project ourselves as role models, because teacher is a role model for the students, not only for the students. I will give one simple example. My son was studying. It's a long back. It was maybe in 2000, early 2003-4 or something. He was school going at that time, and one day he came. So I used to stay in the village. I studied in the Jilla Parishad school, government school. So my population of my village till today is not more than 4,000. But I was staying in my village, and my son was going to the school. Though I was working in an engineering college at that time, but I was still staying in my village. So one day he came. In the evening, I was just checking his notebook. The spelling of the train was written as T-R-E-N. Then I just, a teacher and me, I just rounded it up and said, "Beta, this is not like this. This spelling is wrong. This is like this." In no time, he responded, "Papa, you are wrong. This is told by my teacher. And my teacher is true. My teacher is right. She is correct. She cannot be wrong. You are wrong." That is the respect. That is the faith students have in us. Everybody, you may not feel. We cannot judge how many eyes are there on us. Everyone is looking at us. Everyone is looking at us. Therefore, we have to project ourselves as role model. And we have a capacity to propel the destiny of the nation. So unless we inculcate all these things in ourselves, we cannot expect it to percolate into the student. Going 10 minutes, I have seen many teachers going 10 minutes late, coming 10 minutes earlier, killing some time. Few I have seen in the last generation, maybe coming using the same notes for 20 years. 20 years, same notebook. And if somebody asks them, "Principal, change the subject," they used to come on. And, "No, I don't change. Why you are asking me to change?" So it is as good as his or her right to teach that subject only. But throughout the lifespan, they never change the subject. Never change it. Same subject, same cassette every year, no word to word, same thing. I think it was in the pandemic itself. After 2020, end after when it was relaxed for a while, I was the chairman of a selection committee for selecting associate professors of one university here in Maharashtra. And we were interviewing the candidates, and one of the professor, associate professor, aspirant for the associate professor, he came in. After one or two questions, he said, "Sir, I have 17 years experience." I said, "Okay." Again, after a minute or two, he said, "Sir, I have 17 years of the experience." He reuttered it for 3-4 times. One of the persons sitting beside me, he got irritated. And he said, "Gentlemen, I know that you have got 17 years of the experience. Your paper speaks that. We have written it. We are reading it. But tell me one thing. Is it an experience of 17 years or 1 year's experience repeated 17 times?" So that question was asked to him, because such things also, these things are there. See, if at all there must be a quality in a teacher. If you go to the class, if you deliver something, and if you are happy with yourself, you don't have to ask anybody. You can read your success on the face of the students. You don't have to have any another acknowledgement for that. Don't teach anything wrong into the. If you don't know, plainly say no. These are the ethics which have to be imbibed into the teacher also. You have to be true to your profession. Few days back, I was coming from Australia and I was on the airport of Hong Kong, and on the runaway, I was walking in one direction, and one gentleman was on the another with 2-3. It was a team of 2-3 people. So we were in the cross direction. So he was wearing goggle. He was Indian. That was my first instinct. So I crossed. Immediately after some time, somebody was running behind me and calling me by my name, "Sir, sir, sir." And I looked back. That same gentleman was coming. His 2-3 assistants were there with him. He came and touched my feet. And he said, "Sir, I'm your student." I'm working as a so-and-so for this multinational company, and my head office is in Sydney, and something like that. So that's an acknowledgement. So I think the values, principles, and ethics we have to imbibe in ourselves first. Then it will automatically get transferred, incorporated to students. So without taking much of your time, I congratulate the Palnimer Institute of Technology for taking up this beautiful subject and doing justice to that, coming forward with something new of a time, because subjects and contents, everybody knows where it is available. It's available at a click of mouse now. So we have to talk about something different, something which will realize, which will make everyone realize how we should, how exactly the thing should go. So thank you very much for coming forward with such beautiful topic. I assure you the complete cooperation, 100% cooperation of IST in all such endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we have come to the end of our validatory function, and we have come to the end of this program as well. We hope our paths cross again. Until then, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. So the feedback link has been posted. We request all of the participants to fill the feedback link, and the final quiz, which consists of 25 questions, have already been posted. Now I request all the participants to come on video so that we could take a screenshot of just, because if it's going to be a physical program, we could have taken a selfie or a group photo. So since this is virtual, we request all the participants to come on video so that we could take a screenshot of all of you. Thank you. Kindly stay so that we could take a screenshot. Participants who are not on video, can you come on video, please? Yes, please. Yes, another. I'll just give a countdown like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I have a
Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.